Before my father died, he forced my brother and me to make a choice. My younger brother chose to join the Jackson family, a newly emerging wealthy clan with unlimited prospects. As for me, amidst the jeers and ridicule, I chose to become the live-in son-in-law for the amnesiac girl from the Ramsey family. I stayed by her side, starting over with her. She didn't remember the way home, so I held her hand and guided her every step of the way. Countless times she'd ask me, bewildered, "Who are you? And who are you?" Patiently, I'd explain to her, time after time, "You are the eldest daughter of the Ramsey family. I am your husband, Johnny Luna Ramsey." Until that day, my brother and I were both kidnapped. Without hesitation, she pushed me toward the kidnappers, using me to bargain for Selena's life. When the police rushed in, she tightly embraced my still frightened brother, comforting him in her arms. And me? I was stabbed to death on the spot by the enraged kidnapper. The leading police officer saluted her. "Director Liu, you've worked hard. The undercover mission has been perfectly completed." Only then did I understand she had never lost her memory. She was only pretending to be a victim, hiding by my side, merely to protect my brother, who was being targeted by a transnational crime syndicate. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the day my father fell gravely ill. "Johnny, it's your turn to choose." I stood before the sickbed, looking at my father's paper-white face, and slowly spoke, "Dad, I won't choose anyone." My voice was soft, yet it was like a large stone thrown into the water, creating 1,000 ripples. Selena's face was full of disbelief. "Johnny, are you crazy? Do you know what the situation is now? Dad's capital chain is broken. The Jackson family and the Ramsey family are the only lifelines. I chose the Jackson family. So you must marry that useless girl from the Ramsey family. That is your fate." My fate was truly ridiculous. In the last life, I married the amnesiac eldest daughter of the Ramsey family, Luna Ramsey. I cared for her for 5 years, treating her like a treasure. Yet, when Selena and I were kidnapped together, she didn't hesitate to push me toward the kidnapper's blade. Seeing my resolve, Selena became frantic, her voice trembling. "Look at him. Dad, he's intentionally trying to harm the Howard family. From childhood to adulthood, he's always fought with me for everything. Now he even wants to ruin this whole family." My father was so angry his lips turned purple. He struggled to point at me. "You, this unfilial son. How much has your brother sacrificed for this family? Why can't you be a little more understanding?" I clenched the hand at my side, my fingernails digging deep into my palm. "My brother sacrifices his freedom in exchange for the capital support and bright future from the Jackson family. And must I sacrifice my entire life to fill that bottomless pit?" I glanced out the window. Luna Ramsey was leaning against the hospital corridor wall, bowing her head like a solitary statue. Even through the glass, I could feel the fake brokenness radiating from her. Seeing my silence, my father assumed I had compromised, and a look of satisfaction appeared on his face. "Then it's decided. When your brother gets engaged to the Jackson family." I interrupted. "I said I won't choose anyone." My cold voice was like a slap, fiercely striking the face of everyone present. I stopped looking at them, turned, and walked away. "Stop. Dad is giving you an ultimatum. If you dare to step out of this door today, you are no longer a son of the Howard family." I paused but didn't look back. "You won't even see me walk out." Luna Ramsey looked up. In those eyes, which feigned confusion and innocence, a flicker of genuine anxiety and pain seemed to appear. In my previous life, I was deceived by these very eyes into eternal doom. I walked straight past her without a glance, but my wrist was suddenly grabbed by her. "Don't go. They don't need you, but I need you." I leaned closer to her, giving a cold smile. "Do you know? Your act of pretending to be amnesiac is truly ridiculous." Her pupils suddenly contracted. I continued emotionlessly. "Director Liu, your undercover game is over." With that, I slipped past her stiff body and walked out of the hospital. Without ever looking back, I hailed a taxi home, intending to take the things that belonged to me. As soon as I opened the door, My phone rang. It was the hospital calling. "Mr. Howard, your father has just passed away." I held the phone, speechless. The tears that should have fallen had already been shed in my previous life. I hung up and began to pack my belongings. Not long after, my phone rang again, ringing frantically. Annoyed, I answered. Luna Ramsey's furious, questioning voice came from the other end. "Where are you? You're dead." Selena is overwhelmed with grief and is threatening to jump off the hospital rooftop. She specifically demands to see you. Get here immediately. She values her life so much. How could she bear to jump? And besides, if she wants to jump, let her jump. What does that have to do with me? Luna Ramsey's furious voice rang out again. "Johnny, if it weren't for you upsetting Dad, how could he have died? I don't care what you are doing right now. Get to the Central Hospital immediately, or bear the consequences yourself." I was too lazy to pay attention to her anymore and hung up the phone. Half an hour later, the villa door was kicked open. Luna Ramsey followed by more than 10 emotionless bodyguards in black suits. She saw the suitcase at my feet, and the look in her eyes instantly turned exceptionally cold. "Where are you going? It's none of your business." She rushed to my side. "Go to the hospital with me." I said I'm not going. The chill in her eyes deepened. "Johnny, don't force me." The next second, she scooped me up and rushed out. On the hospital rooftop, Selena was agitated. "It's all your fault, Johnny. It's because of you that Dad was angered to death." Luna Ramsey said tensely. "Selena, don't get excited. Watch your step." At that moment, a vicious glint flashed in Selena's eyes. The two of them simultaneously fell toward me. "Luna Ramsey, save me." Everything happened too fast. Without a second thought, Luna Ramsey reached out and pulled the dizzy Selena into her arms. As for me, the force of their push made me lose my balance and I plummeted. I heard Luna Ramsey's shriek, filled with extreme terror. The sensation of weightlessness as I fell from the 4th floor was exactly the same as in my previous life. In the moment death was near, I closed my eyes, and a mocking smile curled on my lips. "Luna Ramsey, you chose him again." Indeed. When I woke up again, I was in a hospital bed. I looked at my plastered right leg, feeling the bone-deep pain that radiated from it. The door to the ward was pushed open. Luna Ramsey walked in, a hint of guilt on her face. "Selena is fine. She was just temporarily frightened. The doctor said your leg is badly fractured and needs convalescence. I will take responsibility for the medical bills and compensation." I looked at her and suddenly burst out laughing. "Luna Ramsey, do you think all the harm you cause can be compensated with money?" Luna Ramsey seemed pained by my laughter. She frowned. "Johnny, I know you're angry, but Selena, she didn't mean to." "Enough. I don't want to hear anything about her. Please leave immediately." Her phone rang at that moment. She answered it, and her expression instantly changed. "What did you say? Selena has been kidnapped?" I laughed coldly inside. What was bound to happen eventually did. In my previous life, the transnational crime syndicate, seeking revenge for Luna Ramsey's undercover work, had kidnapped Selena, and to save the person she truly cared for, Luna Ramsey had sacrificed me. Luna Ramsey hung up the phone and looked at me, speaking with difficulty. "Johnny, I'm sorry, nothing can happen to her. She is the only reason for my existence." She suddenly seemed to have made a decision, a flash of determination in her eyes. "Johnny, help me one last time. The kidnappers want Selena, but they don't know what she looks like. You go in her place. You will be set for life financially for the rest of your life. I will arrange everything to ensure your safety." "What if I don't agree?" The last shred of warmth in her eyes disappeared. "Then it's not up to you to decide." The next second, 2 bodyguards in black entered. Without a word, they dragged me off the hospital bed. The intense pain from my broken leg made me dizzy. "Luna Ramsey, you will regret this." She didn't look at me, only turned her back and said, cold as steel, "I never regret." The trade location was an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. I was in a wheelchair, pushed in by Luna Ramsey herself. She said to the kidnappers, He is the Selena you are looking for. He is the person I love." Selena, tied to a pillar, wept miserably when she saw us. But the look of triumph in her eyes was still caught by me. The lead kidnapper sneered, "Director Liu, you certainly keep your word. Push your darling over here, and you can take this man away." Luna Ramsey pushed me straight over without hesitation. The kidnappers also kept their word and untied Selena. Luna Ramsey pulled Selena into her arms, sheltering her behind her. Seeing the triumphant smile on Luna Ramsey's face, the kidnapper instantly realized he had been tricked. A dagger was pressed against my throat. "Oh, you dare to trick me? Do you believe I'll kill him right now?" The kidnapper, utterly enraged and disappointed because he hadn't loved him, was about to finish everything. Just then, a figure darted in like lightning and kicked him away. A clear, urgent voice rang in my ear, "Johnny, don't be afraid, I'm here." I looked up and met a gentle gaze. It was Emma. "Johnny, I'm sorry, I'm late." I looked at this face, both familiar and unfamiliar, and my tears finally burst forth. She was my closest childhood playmate. That year, Emma's family faced troubles and was forced to move abroad. Before she left, she wove a ring from foxtail grass and placed it on my finger, solemnly saying, "Johnny, wait for me to come back and marry you, okay?" After my rebirth, the first thing I did on the day I left the hospital was mail that ring overseas. I was betting that she still remembered that promise. Now it seemed I had won the bet. Emma placed the foxtail grass ring back on my hand, then picked me up. Her sharp eyes turned towards Luna Ramsey. "Luna Ramsey, what have you done to my man?" She held my hand and led me away. As we passed Luna Ramsey, the withered foxtail grass ring on my hand clearly brushed past Luna Ramsey's sight. Her pupils suddenly contracted. She suddenly remembered. Selena also wore an identical foxtail grass ring. At the time, I had once mocked, "Who gave you this? It's so ugly. When you grow up, I'll give you a diamond ring." The boy, however, hid his hand behind his back like a treasure, his young voice saying, "Sister Emma braided this for me. It's not ugly at all." After that, I tried every possible way to investigate. All clues pointed to the youngest son of the Howard family. From then on, I regarded Selena as the little boy in my memory, the only moonlight of my childhood. But now, that foxtail grass ring appeared on Johnny's hand, and the "Sister Emma" in the little boy's mouth back then was precisely Emma. It turned out I had mistaken the person from the very beginning. Back home, Luna Ramsey sat in her office, staying up all night. On the table in front of her was a faded, old photograph. In the picture, a girl with pigtails was bowing her head, focusing on braiding a foxtail grass ring. Opposite the girl was a handsome, chubby little boy. That boy was clearly me when I was little. Just then, there was a knock on the office door. Selena, with bloodshot eyes, walked in. "Luna Ramsey, please let me explain. I didn't know why things turned out this way," she cried and spoke, maintaining that pitiable facade. "Explain? Explain why you impersonated him. Explain why you deliberately ruined his life." Selena's face instantly turned pale. No, it's not like that, Luna Ramsey. Believe me, I'm the one." "You still want to say you're that little boy? I'm asking you for the last time. What is the truth about that foxtail grass ring?" Under her relentless questioning, Selena's psychological defense completely collapsed. She screamed, I don't know anything. It was him. It was all Johnny. From childhood, he competed with me for Dad's affection. He took everything. I was just taking back what belonged to me." Luna Ramsey was so angry she laughed. "You stole his life and dare to say it belongs to you? Starting today, get out of my world." My leg surgery was very successful. Under Emma's meticulous care, I began my physical therapy and rehabilitation. She refused all unnecessary social engagements and stayed by my side every day, teaching me to walk in the rehabilitation room and telling me interesting stories from abroad. With her by my side, the darkness in my heart was gradually dispelled, and my smiles became more frequent. I started sketching new designs on the drawing board again. Emma looked at my drawings, her eyes full of admiration and encouragement. "Johnny, your talent shouldn't be buried. Once you recover, how about we open a design studio?" I looked into her sincere eyes and nodded vigorously. Yes, I wanted to start a new life of my own. Oh, by the way, I looked into the bankruptcy of Citigroup again and found a few suspicious points. Your father, though not a great businessman, shouldn't have had his capital chain completely break overnight like that. Behind it, there seems to be a force deliberately short-selling. My heart slightly stirred. Previously, I had always been lost in grief and dependency on Luna Ramsey, never thinking deeply about these matters. Now that I thought about it, it truly was suspicious. Could it be related to the Jackson family? Selena chose the Jackson family. Was it simply an alliance by marriage? I will continue to investigate. Whether it's commercial competition or some other conspiracy, I will bring the truth to light. At this moment, Luna Ramsey was deeply immersed in anguish. She was fixated on the details of the kidnapping. The kidnappers' actions were too smooth, and they had been so quick to believe her when she said Johnny was Selena. Her trusted subordinate called her. "Director Liu, I finally managed to extract a shocking clue from the mouth of an arrested henchman. Continue the investigation based on this clue. We have obtained an encrypted call recording and a transaction record of a transfer from a secret offshore account. I'm sending it to you now." When the content of the recording was decrypted and matched with the transfer, she went rigid. In the recording was Selena's voice. "The plan is very simple. You kidnap me, and Luna Ramsey will definitely come to save me. Then I will find a chance to provoke her so that she offers Johnny as a hostage. You just pretend to be angered and accidentally kill him. Remember, he must die without a single loophole. Once it's done, the remaining money will be transferred to the account immediately." The transfer record showed a large sum of money from Selena's secret account had been transferred to the transnational crime organization. It turned out that the kidnapping was a performance from beginning to end, a play directed by Selena herself. The purpose was to borrow a knife to kill and completely eliminate me. She not only wanted to steal Johnny's life, she also wanted Johnny dead. Luna Ramsey finally realized Selena's terrifying nature and the regret she felt towards Johnny. She remembered the cold corpse in the previous life and the police officer's words. "You've worked hard." How ironic. She thought she was an undercover hero. Yet she was merely a foolish pawn on someone else's chessboard. She had personally pushed the man she loved most into a slaughterhouse meticulously designed by her enemy. "Selena, I will make you regret it." Luna Ramsey picked up the phone, her voice unusually cold, and announced to her subordinates, "I want the Jackson family and Selena to completely disappear from this world." Luna Ramsey's thunderous strike was so swift that everyone was caught off guard. First, she used all the secret channels and connections accumulated over the years, collating all the murky transactions under the Jackson family's business empire, financial loopholes and illegal operations, and anonymously submitting them to the authorities. The Jackson family members were thrown into prison, and Selena's dream of becoming a part of an affluent family was shattered. Even worse than a broken mirror. Stripped of the Jackson family's protection, she was like a plucked phoenix. Worse than a chicken, she frantically called Luna Ramsey, only to be met with a cold, busy signal. She tried to find her, but was mercilessly blocked at the door by the Ramsey family bodyguards. Immediately after, the second wave of attack came. Negative news about the fake young master, Selena, began to spread rampantly online. From plagiarizing works to growing up to be scheming and manipulative, to timing, and even the potential commercial conspiracy behind the alliance with the Jackson family. Everything was completely exposed. The media that had once praised him now pointed their spears. Overnight, he became the biggest joke in the upper class. Everyone avoided him. Selena lost money, status, and honor. Even a place to live was gone. The old Howard house had been sealed off to pay debts. He could only rent a dark, damp basement, living day to day on instant noodles. Not long after, he received a court summons. Luna Ramsey had submitted all the evidence of his conspiracy with the transnational crime organization and murder for hire, including the recording, transfer records, and witnesses. Selena completely went mad. With messy hair, he rushed, screaming, towards Luna Ramsey, who was standing at the door, observing coldly. Luna Ramsey, why are you treating me this way? I love you. I did all of this because I love you, he wailed hysterically. Luna Ramsey looked at him without expression, her eyes completely still. You love me? No. What you love is merely the position of the Liu family's son-in-law. Your dirty vanity. You have never loved anyone. You only love yourself. She paused, a cruel smile curving on her lips. Do you know, my biggest regret in this life was pretending to have amnesia to go undercover. My biggest regret was mistaking the person at the hospital gate that year. My biggest regret was mistaking a malicious person like you for him. And you destroyed the only light in my life. Therefore, I will personally push you to hell. For the rest of your life. Stay in prison and atone for the sins you have committed. With that, she didn't look at Selena's desperate and distorted face anymore, turned, and walked away. The siren wailed, taking away that person's sinful life. Luna Ramsey stood in the sunlight but felt no warmth. She had taken revenge for me. But she knew I would never turn to look at her. Half a year later, at a top art center, I was introducing my design concepts to visitors. My leg had fully recovered, and I walked naturally, my face beaming from inside out. The studio that Emma had invested in for me had been established and quickly gained considerable recognition in the industry with many unique and novel styles. Johnny, you look really handsome today. Then I must thank Emma for her wholehearted support. There's no need to say thank you between us. She looked at me intently, her eyes gentle. I just hope that every day from now on, I can see a smile like this on your face. My heart was filled with these warm words. For the past 6 months, she has accompanied me through the most difficult recovery period, encouraging me to rediscover my dreams. She has used action to prove that love is cultivation. It is silent, timely protection. Just then, Luna Ramsey's solitary figure appeared in a corner of the room. She had grown much thinner, much more haggard. The sharp, arrogant look she once had was now replaced by a deep weariness. She just stood far away, watching me. I merely glanced at her, then withdrew my gaze, continuing to talk and laugh happily with Emma. Finally, she couldn't resist. She walked step by step towards me. Emma noticed her approach and quietly shielded me behind her. Luna Ramsey's voice was hoarse. She held an exquisite box in her hand. Johnny, I know whatever I say is too late. Selena has received her. She opened the box. Inside was a dazzling, sparkling ring. This is what I owe you. That year, I said I would give you a diamond-studded ring. She held the box out to me, her posture utterly humble. Johnny, I know I deserve 10,000 deaths. I don't ask for your forgiveness. I only ask that you give me one more chance. One chance to spend the rest of my life making amends to you. I looked at the ring, my heart as calm as still water. Luna Ramsey, you're mistaken. You didn't take revenge on Selena for me, but to atone for yourself, to ease your own conscience a little. I raised my hand, showing her the foxtail grass-shaped mark on my ring finger, carved by Emma herself. I pointed to the diamond ring in her hand. I don't need it, because what is truly precious has never been about money. In the last life, I died because of you. In this life, I broke my leg because of you, and almost died again. There are long no debts between us. I put my arm around Emma and smiled gently at her. Director Liu, I wish you peace for the rest of your life. We will not meet again. With that, I didn't look at her anymore. Emma and I exchanged a smile and walked towards our home. My future holds light, new vows, and the most wonderful Emma. As for Luna Ramsey's future, only she remains, and the torment forged from regret.